Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Goddess Pod. If you stumbled upon this podcast while searching for a self-help type of podcast or something to better yourself in 2023, you're definitely in the right place, girl. I have a treat for you. Our platform is dedicated to helping you unlock your inner goddess energy, okay? And I really believe that unlocking that goddess frequency, raising that vibration, has to do with aligning your mind, body, and soul. This is a space where we can work on that together. We can all feel united in the fact that life can at times be very challenging, but sometimes we just have to take a few minutes, listen to a podcast, do something motivational and uplifting to remind ourselves that it is worth living and it is worth giving it our best shot, okay? My favorite saying of the week, y'all, is it's never that deep. I'm very type A. To me, it is always that deep, okay? The details matter and every little thing is serious and everything has to be perfect. And if not, I just struggle getting through that. As we start this new year, I want to often take a deep breath and remember, it's really never that deep. I need to be grateful for what I have and continue to dream. It's never that deep. I have so many blessings, so many things to be grateful for. And even if you are going through a rough patch or you feel hopeless or lost for your purpose at this moment or anxiety for the future, whatever the case may be, things will get better. It is never that deep. Whatever you believe you can achieve will become yours, okay? Everything that is supposed to be there for you is already yours. You just have to go claim it. So we're starting off deep. Usually in the first 10 minutes of this episode, we're talking about Netflix shows, girl, our favorite music of the week. But today I said, okay, we're diving right back into it for 2023. Everything aside, I hope that you guys had a wonderful holiday season. I went home for the holidays. I was there for about 5 weeks, you guys. I got my wisdom teeth removed. If you guys follow me on TikTok or Instagram or whatever, you probably watched me document that and be a big baby about it. But I'm so glad I got it over with. I took complete rest. I was not posting on social media. I wasn't really on social media much at all. I was really just in my room listening to music, doing Pilates on the floor, and hanging out with my family. And it was literally bliss. I am so grateful for my family and my support system that I have. If you don't feel like you have that love, support, family vibe going for you in 2023, let me just tell you, you've come to the right place because I would love to provide that for you. I would love to have you be a part of my little family here on the Kaaviya channel and the Goddess Pod. Today's episode is going to be a welcome to 2023 episode. And as this new year has kind of unfolded, the day I'm recording this, it is actually January 12th. We are a couple weeks into 2023 already. Today's episode, I really want to hit on a few hot topics, okay? Obviously, change. If you noticed, if you're watching this video podcast on YouTube, I got fringe, you guys. I got fringe bangs. I had to mentally prepare myself for this for years. I've had this idea for so long. During quarantine, I had curtain bangs. I slowly but surely got my curtain bangs to be pretty short and I grew them out, cut them myself. I've done a lot to my face framing pieces, but yesterday I actually pretty much got full front bangs. Something I've noticed about myself, and I want everyone to sort of ask themselves a couple of questions while I tell you this story, okay? In 2023, one of my personal goals is not to be so afraid of change when it comes to my physical form. If you've been following me for a while, if you're a part of my community, I literally picked up all my stuff and moved to Los Angeles in a heartbeat, and I was on a very traditional path, 4-year university, was planning on going to law school, all of that stuff. So to be able to make a change that big with my lifestyle was easier for me than deciding to cut my bangs. And I think what that's done for me is sort of forced me to think about where my values are. Why is it so hard for me to change my physical appearance? Why do I feel the need to conform to a certain standard? In 2023, one of my bigger goals is to not be so afraid of physical change and just sort of go with the flow, So literally at the end of last year, I got a spine tattoo, which it was only my second tattoo. I have a little moon on my wrist. I'll show you guys that are watching on YouTube. I have a little moon on my hand. Now I also have a full spine tattoo. It has just felt so liberating, and I'm so glad that I kind of came to this realization when I did, and I'm able to push myself a little bit out of my comfort zone, because ultimately all these little tests that we have in life always come in handy at some point in the future, right? These small things that we do, the little risks that we take are just practice for something more important in the future. Like I said at the beginning of this episode, it is never that deep. So girl, I went to that hair salon and I showed her a picture of full front bangs and I was like, can you do this? And I love it. I feel like it's just hair. It's going to grow back, especially with my South Indian jeans, girl. These bangs are probably going to be here for a month tops. Probably less than that. I'm just going to enjoy them while they last, not let them cause me too much anxiety, but I don't know. That's just a small example of how I am trying to push myself out of my comfort zone and be a little bit more open to change in 2023. Let's jump into our high, not so high, and favorite of the week. Y'all, I know I usually do my high and not so high first, but we are doing favorites this week because can we just talk about SOS, SZA's new album? First of all, can I just say, Miss Girl released her video for Kill Bill like last night or this morning or something, and this is exactly the same time that I was starting to have a little bit of anxiety about my bangs. And of course, her like pop off slay scene in this music video, she has the exact same fringe bangs as I do. So took that as a sign from the universe to not be so stressed out and panicked. I've been listening to this album on repeat. Please let me know what your favorite song is. She's a really, really special artist to me. And I think she's a special artist to probably a lot of us because a lot of y'all that consume my content, I feel like we all have that same like soft girl aesthetic kind of going for us. Janae Aiko, Summer Walker, SZA, Kehlani girls. Okay, we love our R&B in this household. As much as I love the song Special, I purposely like did not save that song and I won't recite the words out loud because I feel like it's so negative. And I did see a couple of TikToks and people talking about this, but I remember the first time I heard it, I was like, yeah, no, we're not saving that. I don't care how messy I was in my breakup. I don't care who did who dirty. I am not going to be sitting here and speaking that into existence. With that, I want you guys to make it a resolution, make it a little mini challenge for the day to go through the content that you consume, whether that is who you're following on social media, the music you're listening to, the TV shows you're watching. Make sure there's like a good ratio of positive versus negative content. You are what you eat. Okay, you are what you eat. If you are constantly consuming stuff that is making you feel insecure or less than, or, you know, somehow subliminally training you to not be your best self, you have got to remove that energy from your life. It will make a world of a difference. I'm telling you right now, it matters. You are what you eat. On the flip side, favorite song on the album for me changes every single day. Right now, I'm hyper fixated on Blind. Okay, also my cousins Jenny and Sungvi are coming into town this upcoming week, so I'm gonna see if I can do some content with them. It would be super cool to do a podcast with them because we're all so different from each other, but we have the same like core values. And my cousin Jenny, low key, is like SZA's Thummer doppelganger. It's giving Jeans of Gold. They both are the most stunning human beings you will ever see. Jenny literally looks like SZA. Sungvi is like the actual beauty standard. Like, I don't know. I don't want to like put them on blast here because I don't know how comfortable they are with me exposing them, but my cousins are just gorgeous girls inside and out. They're not even my cousins. They're like my blood sisters. Stoked for them to be coming out here. We're going to have so much fun. And honestly, I just want to explore California a little bit more. I feel like I haven't had the chance to do that as much as I would like. I hope my eyelashes haven't been coming off this entire video. LOL. Moving into my high of the week. You guys, I've been doing such a good job at waking up at 4 a.m. every single morning. This is kind of like my natural circadian rhythm. I'm definitely somebody that can easily wake up early and whatnot, but I don't know. I just have a lot of periods of time where I'll struggle with it a little bit, not be able to wake up at the proper time. But as long as I'm waking up at the same time every single day, I feel very refreshed and rejuvenated. So this week I have been staying on top of my morning routine, my wake up schedule, and I've been a lot more productive. I am a full, firm believer that success lies in your routines, particularly your morning routine. It is such a powerful time of the day. So yeah, so that is a really simple high of the week, but it's been making me really happy. My not so high of the week, oh my gosh, the red tape. You guys, the mundane tasks of refiling your car registration insurance, it has been so stressful for me for some reason. I don't know why, but I've been having lots of technical difficulties and things like that, just small inconveniences in the process of trying to get everything situated for this new year. But I feel like everybody goes through a few weeks of that, whether it's taxes or registration, car insurance, which instead of thinking of that so negatively, I've been sort of trying to reframe my mind. Like, be grateful that you have a car to drive. Be grateful that you have a computer to register on and a phone to call the DMV. So I don't know. I've been kind of negative about it because I get really easily frustrated. I'm like, damn, I just want to go record my podcast or record a YouTube video or do something creative. But I'm sitting here trying to figure out how much my late fee is, which, oh my gosh, why wasn't I on top of it? I don't know about y'all, but I be guilt shaming myself so hard when I don't get things done on time or when I mess up some process, which obviously I did not, like, this is my first time doing this. Why would I be perfect at it, you know? Yes, these tasks can be super boring and feel so pointless, but at the end of the day, it's necessary. Got to know how to do it. It's also the same way that I feel about financial literacy. It seems like such a huge hassle, but once you start learning it and picking up on things, it just all falls together, makes sense, and it makes your life experience a little bit more comfortable. So why not, right? Let me take a sip of my coffee real quick. Oh my gosh, is this going to be an ASMR moment? I think that was just gross, not ASMR. What if I crunch a piece of ice? Some of you guys probably just like left this podcast forever and were like, we are never coming back. Kaaviya's chewing ice on air. That was probably really unappealing for those of you that hate mouth sounds. Anyways, whether or not you really believe that the new year is a transformative opportunity, I feel like there is something exciting about a fresh start, a clean slate for certain things. Like record keeping for your taxes and things of that nature, it becomes so much easier to do it right in the new year. Reminder for all of my adults in the room, make sure that you are keeping good track of everything because it's a new year and it's going to be so much easier to just have a good system now than to get 7 months in and have to go reconsolidate the past 7 months and then change your system for the next 5 months. If you're going to do something, you might as well do it right the first time, right? Oh my gosh, am I my parents? Am I my Daisy parents? I'm scared. Something that I've been noticing on social media recently that I am in love with. I don't know if you guys are on the same side of TikTok as I am. Like I said, I have been limiting my consumption a little bit on TikTok. I'm trying to do that so that I can create content that's more organic to me versus content that's just what everyone else is posting. But I have been seeing so much on manifestation, spirituality, the lucky girl syndrome, which I think is so beautiful because it is all about convincing yourself that you are the luckiest girl alive and anything that you dream of, wish for, can and will be yours, right? So that idea of believing in yourself, because that's all it is. At the end of the day, ultimately, I see so much content about manifest your dream life in 2023. Make sure that on the new moon, you fill a glass of water with 2 pumps of orange juice and caramel syrup, and then put a rock in the toilet, and tomorrow your dreams will come true. As much as that stuff is, you're putting intention into something, and by no means am I trying to be offensive with that. I'm just, obviously making light of a situation. I'm always going to be the girl who will follow a superstition or a certain spiritual belief just for the sake of it, because why not? But when it comes to those routines and things that are really specific, like manifestation routine, people go through such meticulous steps in order to manifest. And my belief is attracting what you want is that it really is very personal. It can be as complex or as simple as you want it to be. I don't think having a 13-step specific routine on a certain night is particularly going to make you a better manifester than anybody else. All of us are already manifesting constantly. Everything in your reality is a manifestation of your thoughts. You imagined it and you put it into existence. That is crazy how that works. And I don't think that we zoom out and look at it that way often enough. But truthfully speaking, everything that we have, everything that we are, started out as a small thought in our mind. And of course, that is not to discredit any situations or environments that you were in that were not necessarily your choice. But for the most part, what you will attain is going to be a product of your thoughts, your thinking patterns, and your belief. Like, go back Tinkerbell Peter Pan movie, right? The act of believing is powerful. That's why I don't think a 37-step manifestation routine is any better than a 1-step manifestation routine if the belief is the same with person A and person B. And again, these are just my thoughts and my opinions. It's the way I see things. Obviously, you're entitled to your own opinions, babe. I want you to have your own opinions. But the reason that I'm saying all of this is because I do think this idea of manifesting and attracting your reality can be really discouraging for a lot of us, especially when you're not already in a good place. Girl, it is so easy for me to sit here and manifest right now because I'm living a life that I have already put so much positive thought and affirmation into. 2 years ago, me sitting there trying to attract things that I did not even believe were possible was so much harder. And I feel like nobody talks about that enough. It is easy for me as an influencer to sit here and be like, yeah, do the manifestation technique so that you can attract all these drunk elephant products. Girl, no, there's so much privilege that I have had in my life, and I never want to just tell someone that manifesting is going to solve all their problems. I need to share this with you guys because it has been ingrained in my brain since I was like 8 years old. When I was in elementary school, I used to ride the bus home. I was in a highly academically gifted program. Yes, I have the HAG complex. That's a topic for another day. That definitely, every kid that was in a highly academically gifted program has a complex now. You can't convince me otherwise. These kids on my bus were having a conversation. This is crazy because we were so young, but I still think about this because it was that transformative for me. One of my friends, he was asking everyone, is life a game or a competition? And this one girl, she says, well, games are competitions, so life is a competition. And of course, these are all the highly academically gifted kids who are extremely competitive, like made great test scores, are going to go on to be archaeologists, surgeons, all these incredible things. Like these are really, really smart kids that also, again, grew up with a certain amount of privilege, which is why they're able to focus on questions like this. That's why we're able to ask questions that were that philosophical, because we were not worrying about really anything else, right? And I remember when they asked me, I was like, life is obviously a game. It doesn't really matter. There's no winner. If it's a competition, then who wins? There would have been a winner by now. Certainly would have been a winner by now. I was very convinced that life is just a game that we play for fun. And I don't know, I think that something about that is just so deep to me, and it has stuck with me throughout my life. Life is a game. Everything is simple. Like when I minimize everything in life to that degree, it makes these huge, daunting, scary tasks and obstacles seem like nothing. I just think that's something to think about. I think that once you're able to zoom out and look at things a little bit more conceptually, it really helps you operate on a day-to-day basis with more purpose and more joy. Because when we make things serious or when we make things overly competitive, we take the joy out of goal setting and achieving things. Why are you achieving things? Why are you setting these goals? Are you setting goals because you want to prove to other people that you're worthy? Take a deeper look than that, you know? If your entire existence is centered around proving to people that you're worthy, what are you doing for yourself? What is anybody doing for you? Because I promise you, nobody is more impressed by your accomplishments than you. So whatever you're accomplishing, yeah, that is awesome. But literally no one cares except you and the people you care about. Everyone else is looking at it either with envy or in passing. Who cares how they're looking at you? It shouldn't matter. That is the least of your concern. Are you enjoying life? Are you playing the game? Are you making smart strategic moves? I believe that there can be winners in this game, but whether or not you're a winner is only information that you will have. Nobody else is going to have access to that information. If you decide that you are going to win the game, you will win the game. If you decide that you're going to lose the game and there's another winner and it's not you, then that's going to be your reality. You know what? I have more topics that I want to talk about, but I really feel in my gut that this is a good place to stop, because ultimately I think that this information was so life-changing for me and is genuinely just about flipping your perspective. I don't want to give you more than that and flood your mind with information. I want what we've talked about in today's episode to marinate, and I want you to really think about this throughout your week. Please make sure that you are following The Goddess Pod on Instagram at The Goddess Pod, as well as my personal channels at kaaviya on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, honestly everywhere. I love you guys so much, and I will see you next time.